Hey guys, Josh here, Michigan Whitetail Management. Just getting back in the office. Of course, it's spring. It's April here in Michigan, and we are getting slammed with rain, which rain's better than snow, so let it rain. But as I walked in the office here, it's one of those things that just kind of gets to you. I guess you come in and you feel, I feel very blessed to be able to bring to you guys and help you guys create these properties and make Michigan, like I've always said, make Michigan what I feel Michigan can be. And that starts with us, not just me, with all of us. So, you come into the office and we starting to put more and more together here, and we've got, a lot to do to finish it. But I just walked in the office today, and we've got the stuff sitting here on one of the desks, and we've got the sheds and the business cards and the old photo albums. And photo albums are like one of those things that you just, I don't open a photo album anymore. I look at Facebook and I look at, all my online galleries. It's a photo gallery. Nothing's done in here. So it's good to open up some of these pictures and go back and reminisce about the good days. What we were, let's switch the camera around here. Where this all started and how where this all started for me, and why this is such a passion to me. Like I said, you come in the office on a day after you've been out in the rain, and trying to put all this together, and we see a shed like we have here. I mean, that's a Michigan shed. That's a Lake County, Michigan shed. So, and then it leads into the creation of this business that we've now put together, and I feel pretty strongly about being able to finally have the time to bring those of you guys that don't know this ugly mug here. Good friend of mine from New York. This is actually Mike McGreevy. He's a great friend, more than a friend, a brother to me. And this whole photo album is put together by some of the memories I had from when we used to work together down in Illinois at Heartland Lodge. So, yeah, quite the buck there. 186 is a giant. So Calhoun County deer. Yeah, biggest 194 inch, 193, 194 that was killed down there with us, and just a lot of memories. Yeah, it's Toxic Haze's cousin, and just the deer that when it's happening is, of course, being a kid from Michigan, moving to Pike County, Illinois. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it was I don't even know how to put it even into words for you. And then being able to meet guys like Mike himself, and then Corey, good friend of mine here, Corey Wilkinson. Was from Illinois, and grew up down there and was able to see that. And then a kid here from Michigan growing up that never thought that we'd see the potential and get down there, and it amazes you. And there's a picture there that means a lot. It's a mid 160s buck that was killed down at the lodge on one of the trips that my dad was in the area and came down and got to see. There's actually the buck everybody knows is Barney. That's actually, he was wrapped up in the freezer. I took him out and took him to Lucy Murphy's place there in Bushnell, Illinois. So, multiple world champion taxidermist. So it's just yeah, but it just the whole dream, of wanting to do this full time and wanting to try to put this together. There's old Frank Malone at the lodge down there with one of his doe kills, and yeah, here's a good one for you. It's a 172 inch 8 point. So just feel very blessed to be able to have seen that, learned a lot. I mean, it got me to where I was now, and I had a passion for it, obviously, here in Michigan, and now, you know, taking that to the next level. I got Mike and Gary with Mike and Gary with both their books. So some of these are obviously old pictures, but they're, and you know, being able to go from Pike County, Illinois, going to northeastern Wyoming, guiding a turkey season out there, and then ended up shed hunting. We actually went back and hunted the year after there, but holly collars, 2-day turkey hunt. So never had anybody hunt. We had 30 some turkeys that year. Never had anyone hunt past the second day on a 3-day turkey hunt. So sheds. And when I lived in Illinois, I always tell everybody I found, you know, multiple sheds down there, and thought I had, and I did. You know, it was a great place. I never found sheds here in Michigan. I mean, I didn't know what a shed was until we moved to Illinois. And then having the opportunity to go to northeastern Wyoming, and no giant sheds or no giant deer out there, but in that area. But you know, if you kill a 140-inch deer in Wyoming, you're doing something. But I found 210 sheds in just shy of 3 months. You know, stuff like that will never leave. It's always etched in my mind, and all this just comes full circle. So multiple deer. There's a buck that Tony harvested with me, and the giant bull elk there. It's Michigan elk. So trail camera pictures here. Some of these are actually from a high fence ranch that I got to manage years ago, right here actually in Luther, Michigan. So, you know, and a lot of people always ask about that. Why in the world did I ever manage a high fence ranch? And I learned, you know, being, you know, from this as a free range spectrum, and getting to see what these, you know, this created here. A deer is a deer, and an age is age. You know, whether they're in a habitat or they're out. It's not about, you know. I never harvested a deer out of that ranch. I just used as a tool to gain knowledge about how they operate, how they think. So there's a 190-inch 3-year-old. I mean, it's just what genetics will do, what age will do. You know, a lot of that is wrapped around. Obviously, everyone knows it's not a secret. It's, you know, everything in the high fence ranches sometimes is wrapped around genetics, but it's also age. You know, deer can still have the best genetics in the world, but if you kill them at 2, or if you kill them as a 190-inch 3-year-old, you know, what would he have been? So just a lot of, like I said, just a lot of good memories. Actually, the kids' mom with her first turkey, and this is when we were actually running hunts here in Michigan. There's another picture of Mike's buck. There's a guy there. Everyone knows there's a turkey hunt with Uncle Rob. Yeah, Michigan elk hunts. It's just something you take for granted until you come in, like I said, come in the office one day. Prairie du Chien, down by Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. Had 2,200 acres down there that I ran hunts on. It's kind of overwhelming, and boy, there's a picture. A lot of meaning there. So tying this whole world together sometimes is we get just lost on how we got to where we are, and how we got to where we are now. But I can honestly tell you that this guy here will never forget how I got here. So thanks for hanging in there with me with a trip down memory road there, but it's a big part of my life. As you can see, it's something, you know, the passion is strong, and being able to do this full time now really means a lot. So I just I seen that coming in the office today, and we're getting there slowly but surely, and all this is, you know, starting to now come together. It's Still a lot to do, but the inside of the office is just one side of it. But when you come in and see the pile of sheds that, here's a good one for you, pile of sheds that growing up, there's 20, I don't know what there is, 10, 15 deer heads there, and altogether they don't equal 120 inches, you know. But I wouldn't take it, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So thanks for following along, guys. Thanks for your support. It definitely means a lot, and I look forward to the future.